Hello everyone on YouTube and welcome to a new 3D Artcore tutorial, and this time we're going to learn how to create a wireframe render as well as ambient occlusion render and how to compose them on top of each other in order to get a nice good looking ambient occlusion with wireframes on top of it. So probably most of you seeing it on um, lots of real shows and stuff like that whenever you have objects with their own wireframes on top of it. And probably some of you familiar with the method of how to create wireframes using the vector engine of Maya. But this time we're going to use it with mental ray and in a way that's named as contours. I think this is how you pronounce this. Anyway, this is what we will do, and let's get started. Now I'm gonna use a model that I found on the web, which is a model of a car, which is a Kamaru car. Okay. Now I'm using my 2016, just in case, and there is, even though it's like should be an easy tutorial, there are a few things that I want to mention, following this tutorial. So at first, what we're going to do, we're going to start with the wireframes, and later on we will continue with the ambient occlusion um, render. So please, if you have any model, or you can download any model, you can even search for this model. What I want you to do is to take this model, set it up in your scene as you see me, put it here. I'm gonna start with creating a new camera, which is the first thing you want to do. Okay, and with this camera, which will be somewhere here inside where the car is, because the car is, you see it, it's there. Okay, I'm gonna choose panels, look through selected while it's selected. Now, if it, in your case, it's not selected, the camera is not selected, you're gonna go and open the outliner and choose the camera from there, and then go over panels, look through selected, and now we are zooming out, and I'm gonna click on this option, which is resolution gate, just to make sure that my car is inside the frame of whatever is going to, of this part that the camera is going to be rendered. So I'm making sure that I'm placing my car here as it should be. And whenever I'm satisfied with the angle, I'm going to go over, choose view, bookmark, edit bookmarks, and click on new bookmark. Now, additional to this, you can click on add to shelf, and it will create a shortcut. So whenever you want to, if you want to, I don't know, rotate the camera later on, but you still want to get back to the same position where it is now, you can click on that shortcut. But I am going to do this. I'm going to click close and stay satisfied with that. Now, the next step is to take the entire car, select all the parts, right click, choose assign favorite material, and choose use background. Okay, this will eliminate all the shader that was attached to this car before. Okay, and with that done, you want to make sure that here from the attribute editor, you're going to set the specular color to black, reflectivity to 0, reflection limit to 0, the shadow mask to 0, and you want to expand the matte opacity, which will be collapsed by default. You want to expand it. Click here and choose solid matte and leave the matte opacity on 1. After that, you're going to go over render settings by clicking here on with the icon, take icon with this gear next to it, and you want to switch here to mental ray. After clicking this, you're going to go over this common tab, scroll all the way down, and choose your desired resolution. So I'm gonna I don't know, 720, okay, or 1080, and I'm gonna switch to quality tab. Here you wanna expand the legacy option, and you wanna make sure that it's not unified sampling, it's legacy sampling mode. Okay, this is very crucial. And the next thing, you want to go over configuration, scroll down all the way, contours, and you want to enable contour rendering. You want to make sure that the oversample is 3, set to 3, enter, and draw by property difference. You want to make sure that around all polyfaces is checked. With that done, click close. We're gonna do another few things. Window rendering editor, Hypershade. Now this is a new Hypershade, not like on earlier versions of Maya. So you wanna go over shading group. Now, if you recall, whenever I assigned a new material to this car, it was a background. You see this? So it's the name for it is use background. I'm gonna switch here to the tab shading group, and with that tab opened, I'm gonna look for this. Okay, there are many other materials on top of this car, so I'm gonna use background. Okay, this is the background that I just assigned, but this is from the shading group, not from the materials. Now, with that expanded, I'm gonna expand the mental ray, choose enable contour rendering, choose the color of the wireframes that I want to have, choose alpha, okay, set to 1, and the width of my wireframes, I want them to be 0.2, and hit the enter. With that set, we can close this, and of course you won't see anything if it's not selected, so select it, whatever in this gate. If you move the camera, you can go over window, bookmarks, and choose the camera view 1, which is the first bookmark that we created. So it will bring you back to this position that you first assigned. Now, before we're gonna render this, I wanna point something which is really important. There is this smooth preview option. Whenever you press 3, it will smooth preview whatever is selected, right? And if you press 1, it will bring it back to non-smooth preview mode. Now, if you're gonna render this with smoothed preview applied, it won't create the same amount of edges that you see right now on top of the model, but basically it will create much more than that. So you don't want to do that. You want to press 1 and make sure that the entire objects are non-smooth preview. Okay, and with that done, I'm gonna bring back the camera to this view, and I'm gonna click render. So now let it render, and here you go. You can see our render, how it came out. Okay, with that done, I'm going to choose File, Save, I'm going to choose here from this render view window, File, Save Image as PNG. You can save it as PSD if you want. I'm going to save it in a new folder. Let's go over desktop. Okay, I'm going to create a new Kamaru. Kamaru. I'm gonna save it in this one. So let's call this wireframes. And PNG. Well, let's save it as PSD. Layered. That will be great. Save. Now, with that done, I can do another one. I'm gonna double check myself. So I'm gonna save it I'm gonna create another save as PNG just in case. I'm gonna call it wire save, and I can close this now. Now, with that done, right click, make sure you selected everything. Okay, right click, assign new material, choose Bleen. I don't know, maybe Lambert, Bleen. We shall do, well, I don't know, just choose something. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's going to be changed later on. Now I'm gonna create a cube, and the cube again is by default on the center. So I'm gonna switch immediately to scale tool, scale it up like so, switch to polycube. I'm gonna add few subdivision width. Let's zoom out. Let's say 4 by 4 by 4, and right click, choose face. I'm gonna grab all these faces. Now basically what I'm doing here, I'm picking half cut of this cube. So basically 2 sides and 1 top. Okay. You see? Only those. Okay. And delete them. So I will have something like that. I'm gonna press F8. I'm gonna bring this to the same level where the car is. I'm gonna right click, choose edge, double click on this lower edge, shift double click on this lower edge, shift right click, bevel edge, add some friction to it. So put you over your mouse above friction, you will see that it appears 2 arrows like that. Left click, hold and drag to make it 1 segments, add 5 or more, so we will have something like that. Now with that done, I'm gonna grab this, go over mesh tools, mesh display, and click reverse. Basically I'm reversing the normals. I'm not sure that you must do this, but anyway. Now with that done, I'm gonna create 3 light sources. Okay, I'm gonna create light, area light, and press T on your keyboard. This will create a manual, 2 manuals like that. Okay, now I'm pointing this manual over here to from the top roof of this car, and the light source from above. Now let me check myself here with that. I'm not sure that this is really the light source. I think this one is the light source. Let's scale this up. Yeah, this is the light source. So scale it up and press T again. Move this towards the roof of the car. You can use snapping features in order to snap it really to be directed exactly to the roof. And I'm going to put this light source here. I'm going to change the decay to quadratic and put intensity of, let's say, 1000. Well, 105, 1500. Okay, and enter. With that done, after you created this, Control D to duplicate this light source and move this one over here to a different position, like so. And let's change it to 1000. You can press 7 in order to really see how the lights react with this, and you can scale the light up if you want, maybe to add some more light, like so. And you can take this light, Control D to duplicate it once more, switch to Move Tool, press T to get those handles, so the anchor point will be there, and then you will be able to move only the light, and the light will adjust itself to the same location. And let's change this to, let's keep it 1000. Maybe I will scale this up a little bit. Now, with that done, I'm gonna grab everything here, click here, and click on this option. Well, sorry, change to render tab and click on this option here. This will add the entire selected things into a new layer. Right click on this layer 1, choose attributes, choose preset, and choose occlusion. With the occlusion set, you want to change the, sorry, you want to switch here, enter here 150, click on the white color, bring it a little bit down to the gray, just a little bit, And by the way, click on the color, don't adjust these two, okay? Click on the color, and from the black, move it to be a little bit like so, okay? And that's it. And now we're gonna go over the render settings, and you wanna make sure that the sampling mode basically set as well to unified sampling, okay? Now, I'm not sure, we're gonna test this, so let me see. Bookmarks, I'm gonna change back to the camera bookmark, and let's render this. It will take some time, let it. Okay, I think that there is a little bit too much light, but we can adjust those. By the way, you can press 3 and smooth preview this, because that way it will look much better. I'm already gonna stop this render. I'm gonna press escape to stop this render. I wanna change the lights a little bit. Let's say 700, and this one to 1300, this one to, let's say, 800. And for something, well, never mind. Shading, view, bookmarks, same bookmark. And yeah, I want to grab the entire scene and press 3 to smooth preview. In this case, I'm allowing myself to smooth preview this because I want the render to be fine. And you can also overall quality change it to 2. Okay, close. Now hit the render button and we will let it render. Hopefully it will be much better than what we just started earlier. Okay, so it will take time, so I'm gonna wait with it. Let's just do this thing. Meanwhile, I will roll myself a cigarette, and this is how slow it takes to render this ambient occlusion. It still have good quality settings, so that's why it will take so much time. In any case, you can see that the wheel looks pretty nice. Hello, come back. Welcome back, everyone. It took 12 minutes and 12 seconds to render this out, so it took some time, and I had to, just a little bit fast forwarding this. And so we have our render. Now, I want to make 2 points. One is that I didn't attach really the, the same height of the wheels and the surface that I created as the background for the car, as well as you can still modify a little bit of the shading using those two, these two things I adjusted here. I'm gonna go back over the Hypershade just to show you. We have this, we're gonna go over shading group, back to use background, and here at the mental ray, no, sorry, where it is. Okay, it slipped off or somewhere here. Yeah, use background. No, sorry, let's go over materials. Okay, so the surface shader, basically, this is what makes the surface shader, sorry, for the ambient occlusion. Basically, I was adjusting it through the ambient occlusion settings whenever I went over, here, whenever I did this, the attribute editor, and I went over preset and ambient occlusion, sorry. So this is where I set this, basically the surface shader, okay? So you need to go over again, render editor, Hypershade, and switch to surface shader, not the user background, because the user background is for the wireframes, and you want to adjust those two and see how they can contribute a little bit more. You can even add more samples, but it will take much more time to render. On any case, we're done with that. I'm gonna open the list render. I'm gonna save this file, save image. Again, once as for PSD, just for my own use, I'm gonna call it AO. As for ambient occlusion, save, and I'll create another one, which will be PNG AO1 save. Okay, now we're done with this. We can close my quit. No, I don't want to save this. You can even play a little bit with the light setup. The decay, you know, it really depends. Whenever you using the decay rate quadratic, you need to add more intensity, but maybe I added a little bit too much intensity, so you can lower it down. In any case, I'm gonna close this one. I'm gonna use only whatever I rendered out here. So let's switch to camera. I'm gonna choose the wireframe PSD, okay, and open it. So it's one layer, and this is what I was afraid of. But anyway, I'm gonna bring it here. Open, not the camera, not this camera. The other camera. Yeah, I misspelled this. That's fine. Otherwise, I will have to choose another name for it. So I have the ambient occlusion, which I want to add here, and click on this V sign. Let's do that. I'm gonna move this beneath. Okay, so now you can see the wireframes are there. Now I'm gonna hide this for a second and choose this layer of the wireframes. I'm gonna select color range, and here with the color range, what you want to do is you want to make sure you switch here selection preview to quick mask. Whenever you do that, you will take this sampling, choose black areas. Okay, it will be the whatever is black. Choose OK, and it will select everything that is black in this picture. So you simply press delete, and it will be remained only with somewhat white or black or gray wireframes. I'm gonna enable this, and I'm gonna unselect this so you can see how it looks. Now, if you want to change this, you can choose any other method of blending. So you can choose multiply, so it will look like that. You can choose screen, so it will be white. You can even just grab the entire wireframes and change them into any other color you want. I don't know, let's say I'm gonna use AGU saturation, AGU saturation, and I don't know, let's say we're gonna range here, colorize. Okay, so you can have very nice colors to this wireframes as well. Anyway, you can go and save this. Oh, I'm not satisfied with that. Maybe image adjustment, saturation. Let's change this to, well, it was pretty good, the green one. I don't know why I'm so, yeah, I like that. Okay, now with the ambient occlusion, you can also, let's rasterize this. And you can go over and adjust a little bit the exposure or something. I don't know. You do whatever you feel like. If you feel like you want this a little bit that way, a little bit more lights, or you want to add effects of lights here, you can always do that as well. I don't know. Some people love to do more, more add-ons to their renders. So with Photoshop, it probably will be easier to do this, adding some extra features to it. Anyway, I hope that was helpful and easy to follow. And if you have any question, let me know. If you're not succeeding on doing this, try watching again and following it really step by step without skipping or whatever. That's it. Have a good day, people. Thank you for watching and see you in the next tutorial. Bye.